Hey, here's just a quick build guide for Cyclone. It's an Omega Slayer T10 farmer. Currently trying to work on pushing it a little bit further. I think its limit is sort of mid 70s because it doesn't really have any sort of mitigation apart from having a decent life pool and then sort of 5k energy shield. But as soon as you tap into your life pool, you lose most of your damage. So here's the build. If you guys want to farm, this is currently tier 10, as you can see. It's an Omega farmer. It just deletes things. So let's go over the stats and then we'll show you what we're wearing. So hit damage 7.7k to 11.4k, and then loads of attacks per second. The mana cost per attack is so basically we have a mana on hit ring because we're attacking so much, so we kind of need the mana on hit. As you can see, the attacks per second is flicking up and down a bit because of the way Cyclone works. Basically, the more you attack in each stage, it goes up to a certain point. Accuracy 100%, crit chance 100%, crit damage 160%, chance to deal double damage 30%, and then we have 100% armor pen once Cyclone has stacked up. Defenses, we're rocking 4.4k armor, 4.8k energy shield, and we've got a bit of chance to block, 52% chance to dodge, and then some resistances. And then if we look in the other tab, so we have a lot of life leech here. I'll show you in a sec, but a lot of it comes from the weapon, and then we're running the Berserker talent as well. So that's why we have so much leech. Like, as soon as we take a hit, we literally just instantly recover it. I'll actually show you a sort of tier 70 run in a minute. If we go into the classes now, so you can see the tree. So we'll start off at the top. This is needed for pretty much every build. Bit of stacking of the stats. So we start with this. We actually really like the recovery, so we need the 10 points here. And then, of course, we go Guardian for the extra stats, and then all the attributes gain double the bonuses. I could swap out the armor and the energy shield for block, but I think it's better off to have armor and energy shield because you have that all the time, as opposed to chance to block, which is obviously only a percentage. Then we're running warrior. We've got a lot of strength, so we may as well boost it up, and also more life. We scale a lot of our damage, or nearly all of our damage, through having maximum life, which I'll show in a moment. This gives me 20% increased life recovery. And then we just go down into the Berserker tree, and then we have Mercenary over here for a lot of attack speed because we have so much strength and dexterity. So this is really, really good. We've also got the increased accuracy on this, and you could take it on this as well. You don't have to have, I mean, my plan is to at some point be running both rings as life recovery, but that's just at some point in the future. And then champion to finish it off. Right, now this is where it gets really juicy. We get to look at the items. So it's kind of wild, I'm not gonna lie. So most of our damage comes from this Pale Scourge. So it adds 2 to 3 chaos damage to spells per 20 current life. Now obviously we're not using a spell, so we also need to be using this helm, which modifiers which apply to your spells also apply to your attacks. So it's a little bit unfortunate that we need this, because ideally we would be using Apex for incredible stats and also the chaos resistance. Well, all the resistances. So it's a little bit annoying we can't equip this, but unfortunately we have to build this, otherwise we have 0 damage. So those two items, Pale Scourge and Will Wrought, that's where our damage comes from. Then everything else works around increasing the damage as much as possible, trying to get as much survivability as possible, basically by using dexterity. We'll look at the weapon next, which is Devouring Blade. So this is where we also get a lot of our leech from. This is leech up to 12% of our hit damage. I need to try and re-roll this at some point to get a decent local physical damage as well. But the main two stats you're looking for to begin with is high leech and high attack speed, because the more times you attack, the more you're healing. Then we've got Phantom Step, so this is what's giving us nearly all of our dodge. Now this is also a super epic item, so it gives us spell critical hit chance. Again, we get to combine that with the helmet, which makes all of our spells also apply to attacks. So we gain base crit chance. And then because we're stacking dexterity, we also get to make use of the increased cast speed per 10 dexterity on this. So right now we're running, how much are we running? 730 dexterity. So that's what? 140% increased cast speed, which in effect is 140% increased attack speed for our build. So this is an incredible synergy. Then the amulet, we're running Shard of Creation because we're stacking along with Titan's Blood. These two in combo, especially once you hit 400 intelligence, because we have 100% crit chance, the 60% crit damage multi, I think it's around like 30% more damage to our build. And remember, with our build, the more damage we do, the more life we recover. So that's another great thing. And then the chest piece for farming, we're using Solemn Oath. At some point I might make another video because I'm just working out how my push build is exactly going to work. But right now we're using Solemn Oath. This gives us all of our armor and pretty much all of our energy shield as well, because we're stacking a lot of strength, so we gain energy shield. And then the extra intelligence that we've got gives us a bit of armor as well. The attributes on this is really nice as well. Again, we're stacking, so attributes is nice. And then the chaos resistance is good because of our shield. We take chaos damage per second equal to 50% of your current life. So the more chaos resistance we have, the better. And then the final two pieces, the rings. So right now we're running accuracy. One accuracy rating ring just to push us up to 100%. Obviously, I'd like this at some point to be a life recovery ring. At some point, if I can manage to drop something decent. But the main thing we're looking on one of these rings is gain mana on hit. Now, as you can see, I've got a tier 3 roll, which is rubbish. So really, minimum you need tier 1. Ideally, you need tier 0. Because the more attack speed you get, obviously the more mana you're going to be draining. And then for now, the intelligence roll is really important because it gets us over the 400 intelligence mark, which is what gives us that extra 60% crit damage from the belt. And then ideally, the two prefixes we're looking for would be, well, there's 3 main ones. You've got maximum life. Again, more life is more damage because of our shield. You want energy shield tier 1 or T0. That's just an increased layer of defense. Or you want T1 or tier 0 chaos damage. That would be quite a big increase to your damage. And then on my other ring, again, for now, the intelligence roll is really important. We've also got a dexterity roll in there, which is really good because remember, everything on our build works with dexterity. We gain dodge. We gain more cast speed because of the gloves. We gain more energy shield because it gives you defenses. It helps us to hit 100% crit chance. Like dexterity is just so good. And then again, we need life, energy shield, or chaos damage. So yeah, if I just show you what a tier 71 looks like, I will die, but you can just see how big the DPS is. And I mean, it's quite funny to watch. Just watch my HP bar. It's incredible. It's an incredible thing how fast it regens back up. Now look at it. I'm just healing so much. Now obviously you can see my mana going down here because I've got only a T3 roll. Ooh, we died. But can you see how much damage that was? Like, we were just boom. The final version of this for pushing is going to have a lot more armor. And we'll be using the carapace armor for that, but I'll show that at another point. For now, this is just, I'll show it once more. This is just the an insane tier 10 farmer. It's just maximum speed. With this gear that I've got on, you won't die. It doesn't matter if you go to 0 energy shield, you're literally straight back to 100% instantly. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the build. I'll see if I can push it a little bit further. I've tried so many different variations with this build. I managed to build a 90% dodge with this belt to basically half the damage we take, and then as well as the sustain on the energy shield we were getting. When you do take a hit, you then basically just get straight back up to full, and you have 99% dodge chance because I was using Wraith Guard. So I was like barely ever getting hit, but it doesn't really work at high floors because you invest so much into that then your damage is basically it's like a fifth of what I've got right now. So it's just, the damage just isn't there. So my final attempt is going to be trying to use a slightly different method, gaining more armor. I'm just waiting for a little bit more Arcana, and I need one really good drop. One really good drop to happen with Dexterity and Mana on hit, or Intelligence and Mana on hit with good prefixes. And then I'm hoping I can get to like mid-70s reasonably consistently. But we'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry it was a long video, but I like making videos instead of written guides. I'll do a little write-up as well, but yeah, enjoy.